then the comb. Yeah, it just adds a little bit more of that phasey motion that just comes naturally with that comb filter. So we're going to add that, and now we're going to kind of see where this motion is coming from, because I'm sure as you guys noticed, all I did was hit a button and it already started moving. But that comes from the envelope. So envelope 1 is already set to the master volume. It is, I mean, this is as basic as you get. The sustain is cranked all the way to the front. The attack is cranked all the way to the front. The release is minimum as possible. That way it does have a little bit of a natural tail, but it cuts off that second that I let go, because we want a clean release, at least for now. That's how we're going to design it. Cool. So envelope 1 going to the master volume. Envelope 2 is going to the wavetable positions, which creates that first little bit of motion that we're hearing. Cool. And then envelope 3 is going to the quantize and the high pass, or the hyper wet. I'm sorry. It's over here. It's this guy. Where is it? Where's my hyper? This guy. So it's going to this mix, which creates that unison. Again, it's creating more of that natural movement through the phasing that we don't need to do anything. All we have to do is hold the note, and it's going to move on its own. So now that we've got that, let's go through and look at these LFOs, because this is where a good, literally almost all of the rest of the motion comes from this, from these 3 LFOs. LFO 1 is going to be rooted to the levels, and I believe to the cutoff. Yeah, cool, to the cutoff. So when we activate these, you can see them all light up. Boom, 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 boom. The key thing about LFO 1 that makes it unique and really makes it fun, and this is something I hope you guys utilize later, is this delay right here. So what the delay is actually going to do is it's actually going to wait and delay the start of that LFO motion, whether it be a 16th note, 30-second note. I mean, for me, I have it set to a half note. That way it gives the envelopes from 2 and 3 enough time to do the motion that they need to, and then it comes in and starts doing its job in creating the motion. So it's set to a half count delay. That way you can hear the motion from envelope 2 and 3, but then this kicks in and creates a little bit more motion after the fact. The same thing is going to happen with the LFO 2 as well, because this one has another half count delay. Again, just creating more motion. LFO 3 is the different one. This is the one that is set to be an envelope, so it's going to act like, essentially it's going to be envelope 4 for us. And the goal with that is to have another one shot, and I just wanted a little bit more motion. I just felt like I could do a little bit more. And this came from me experimenting and messing and playing with all of these different little modules that I could to see which kind of sound I liked in terms of the motion. That one is so subtle that you probably wouldn't have noticed it unless I showed you guys it in isolation. But versus just a little bit of characteristics, which at this point, again, most people aren't going to notice, but it does add to the character. It does add to the depth, and it provides it just a little bit more of a human feel, which is hard to do with Serum. So now that we've got that set up, let's go through these macros, because I know that was a big portion as to what you guys were asking about and how they get set. So for me, one of the big things that you want to keep in mind is the macro is designed to act as a catalyst for something that's already being used or being done.